Hello and welcome to this episode of the Be Free podcast, and it's a bit of a different one today. You can maybe hear that I'm outside, and if you're watching this on YouTube you'll have to excuse the very dodgy filming because I'm going to take you today on a walk. And just decided this morning, I was thinking about the podcast and all the things that I want to share, and I asked my intuition, what is it that I need to do today? And it was take the podcast outside. So here I am with my phone, recording this for you guys outside in nature. And I guess it feels very, very aligned to be doing this today because nature has been such a healing force in my life. And this year has been such an incredible... Hi there, good morning. Has been such an incredible part of this transformation, and this week's podcast I wanted to focus on a little bit of a healing reflection for us all just to stop and tune in and reflect on our healing journey this year. Your 2024, what challenges have you faced? What things have you overcome? I think so often we can fail to see how far we've actually come and the challenges we've overcome, and we feel like we're on this constant journey of healing, and it's never ending. And it's true, it is never ending. There's always another layer and another depth, but it's important to stop and reevaluate and check in. Are the things that you're doing serving you? Are the healing practices that you're doing supporting you? Is there other areas that you wish to focus on? So we're going to do a little bit of a reflection today. I'll share some examples from my own life, and just really get us thinking about 2025 and how we want that to look for each of us as an individual. What aspects of our life we wish to look at, to maybe get support in, so that we can really begin to develop and thrive and grow in 2025 and beyond, so that we can find that confidence, we can find that strength, we can find that peace, whatever it is that your heart is desiring, like we can begin to take steps towards that. So I'm maybe just going to pause here for a minute. You can see, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm down by the river, and this morning I was journaling and reflecting and just thinking about how incredible it is to be in the position I am now. And I was just thinking about my Soul Sanctuary membership and how we started that in March. And this time last year, that was just a thought. My health wasn't great. My capacity to work wasn't there, whereas now my capacity has increased, my health has improved, and yes, there have been challenges along the way, but I'm in such a different space. And had I not paused, I could still be frustrated in the areas that I feel like I'm my confidence has taken a mega knock, for example, my balance stuff, touch wood, I'm out here beside a tree, has really, really improved, but I still sometimes have episodes driving, and that's something that I'm looking to tackle in 2025. However, this time last year I wasn't doing half the things that I was doing. I didn't have the capacity. I've healed a lot around just some past stuff and the way I approach life. I've made peace with so many aspects of my life. For example, I was speaking to a friend yesterday about how I have now recognised that everything will get done. I used to put so much pressure on myself with deadlines and things, and a lot of people still say to me, and I had a client say to me the other night on a Zoom, like, oh my goodness, Susie, you're so busy. And I went, people may have that perception because I do get a lot done, but actually a lot of the time I'm doing things like this. I'm out by the river, I'm out walking my dog, I'm up at the horses, I'm chilling on my sofa with a book, because I have recognised at this stage of my life, as I've focused on my health this year, that is necessary, and I'm really conscious of not allowing the work hours to creep up again. And I'm just very, very focused when I do work, because I want the rest of the time to do all the things that I love. And I think that's what most of us want, right? We want to be able to do the things that we love. So thinking back on your own journey in 2024, what kind of things have you been looking at? What things have you been working on? What challenges have you faced? And I want you just to have a little pause and think about that. What challenges have you overcome? What things have you faced in 2024? And how have you dealt with them? And have you dealt with them differently than maybe you would have last year or 5 years ago? How has your response been? So just pausing, reflecting, thinking about that. Because that is the healing. That is where you will notice the healing, when we begin to react and respond differently to things that may have challenged us in the past. So take a little moment. You maybe want to grab a journal and think about this afterwards, but just reflecting on 2024. What challenges have you overcome? And then maybe think back 5 years ago. How is your life different now than it was then? What changes have occurred? Yeah, and you will begin to see that even if you feel like you haven't made progress, I guarantee you will have. And maybe not in all areas of your life, but in some areas of your life. So have a little think about that. And then thinking about anything that you're currently facing, or any little bits of insight that are dropping in today with regards to next year. Is there something you're like, right, this is the year I'm going to whatever. So 2025 for me, the word that really keeps coming through for me is flourish. Flourish, nourish, confidence. And that is the areas that I am going to be focusing on. Really, really, really building my confidence in 2025. Really showing up confidently with all these incredible things that I have to offer the world. And trusting myself and trusting the universe and trusting the guidance I receive. As I say, this morning, just being on this walk, I was trusting my intuition. Now, you might think, oh, Susie, I can't hear my intuition. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, so I encourage you to create some time, maybe take yourself on a walk, or have a bath, or have a shower, and tune in and think, okay, I'm setting myself this question. What do I need? What is it that I'm looking to? Which areas am I looking to grow? Oh, did you just hear that big fish jump? That was so cool. So yeah, what areas are you wanting to focus on in 2025? And just ask that. Now, awareness is key when it comes to healing, because otherwise we get stuck in the same loops and the same patterns. So how do we build awareness? We build awareness through creating practices that are going to support us. So that could be your morning meditation, or some silent time in the morning, or a walk during the day. Gratitude is a really great tool for reflection and checking in with, okay, what is it that I'm actually so grateful for? That will give you a guide as to what's important to you, what's important in your life. So gratitude practice will be really helpful. And then obviously just really beginning to show up intentionally for the things that you want to focus on. So creating that daily intentions for yourself. Today I want to show up confidently. Today I want to show up authentically. Today I want to show up as myself. Today I'm going to be really bold and brave. Today I'm going to be peaceful in my approach to conflict. Today, setting that intention, not just to woo-woo out to the universe, we're setting that intention for our brain to recognize, okay, this is what I desire. This is how I desire to show up. We are building that mindset to support us to create the life that we desire. Now, if you are a Soul Sanctuary member, you will know that these are the core practices that we deliver in Soul Sanctuary, amongst other things. So If that is something that you want to develop in 2025, our doors for Soul Sanctuary open in January, and I will pop a link in the show notes, in the YouTube, or just drop me a message to get on the wait list, because we have some incredible things coming in Soul Sanctuary in 2025. And those principles of awareness, of intention setting, of gratitude practice, of meditation are just a small part of it. We have an incredible manifestation and abundance challenge. You know, I bloody love all this stuff in January that we are sharing with our members. So even if you want to jump in for that and just boost your wallet and boost your mood and boost your vibes, then join us in January for that. But yeah, thinking about all the things and reflecting is such an important practice. And as I said, to kind of stop our healing as well, just to have a little pause and check in. And without reflection, you don't realize how far you've come. So for example, this nature walk today reminds me that I used to come along here when I felt sick, I felt nauseous, I felt like my feet were walking through jelly, and I would walk by this river and I would pray that one day, I'm gonna get emotional, that one day I could walk along here like I am now, feeling so good. And that led me to go on and study my forest therapy practitioner's qualification, which was really freaking hard, by the way. It was way harder than I thought it was going to be, and so that I can give other people the benefit of the healing of being in nature mindfully, allowing themselves to receive the benefits of nature. And you know, there's a bit of a story behind that qualification. I actually approached the company 2 years before, when all my health stuff was really bad and I could basically just sit in my garden, and I really wanted to study it. And then I thought, why am I studying this? I can't drive, I can't go and take people out in nature, I can't guarantee that I can walk every day. And I messaged them and said that this is a manifestation thing as well, I guess. So I messaged them and said, look, actually, I can't really afford this right now, and two, like physically, mentally, it's really not the right time, so I'm gonna just put that on hold. And then they contacted me the following year to say, would you still be interested, and we'd like to offer you a bursary towards some of the costs of it. And I was like, oh my god, I was like, literally, as you can imagine, crying, emotional seas over here. And then went on to study it, and now obviously I can share that with the world, which is really magical. And you know, magical things can happen even through shit times. And you know, even like the Soul Sanctuary, that was an idea that was in my head for Susan and I to do something collaborative, and I had that thought like the year before. And again, I'm going to stop so you can hear the birds. There's a little robin somewhere. And I made a note on my phone, you know, and the name of it, and I voice noted Susan when I was out for a walk, actually. See the power of inspiration on walks. When I was out for a walk, and said, hey, I've got this idea, I'm not ready to do it right now, but here's what it is. And she said, absolutely, I am so in. When you're ready to come back to work and do this, then let's do that. And you know, this is what I'm saying, everything in divine time, everything in patience. Manifestation works, happens by setting the intention. So one of my intentions next year is for me to be able to be driving on the dual carriageway again. Woo! I'm going to get some driving lessons, going to get some support around that. But yeah, have a think, really reflect back, celebrate yourself, show yourself how proud you are of yourself. I'm trying to see if I can see this little bird. There's always the robins up here. I don't know if you'll be able to see. It's up there chittering away. Yeah, really pause, really reflect, decide if what you're doing serving you. Is your exercise routine serving you? Are the people you're with serving you? You know, who really are you? What do you want from life? Like, life is so precious, and every year I'm reminded of this more and more as, you know, life takes beautiful souls, and we have this, what's is it Eleanor Roosevelt? We have this one precious life. What are you going to do with it? And I guess that's my question for you today. I hope you've enjoyed being outside with me by the river today. Hopefully this works when I actually try and edit a video into audio for the podcast. There's another podcast that I listen to, which I'll try and pop the link underneath, which is recorded outside, and I just love it. I absolutely love it. It's different people's experiences of nature outside, and it really lights my soul hearing the background noise and all of those things. So yeah, I am sending you all so much love today. Next week will be the final podcast of the year. And I think next week I'm going to do a wrap up. I'm going to pull all the best points out of all the podcasts this year. I won't be editing or doing anything super fancy like that. It will literally be me, I'll have made my notes, gone through them all, because I don't know how to do all that snazzy stuff as yet. But yeah, thank you all for being here. Thank yourselves for the effort you've put into this year, how you've shown up, the things you've done to support yourself, the investments you've made in yourself. Just give yourself a little pause before you go into 2025. Pause, reflect, celebrate how freaking awesome you are, how far you've come, and that there's so much yet left to go. So I think I'll stop here. 16-minute podcast. I'm going to let you listen to a little bit of the water. Let's stop before we drop off. Close your eyes, not if you're driving. Just pause for a moment. If you're driving, just take a nice big deep breath in. Slow breath out. Let all your worries, cares, concerns drift away with the sound of the river. Taking another nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Beautiful. Thank you again. I'm going to pop all my events and things I've got coming up in the show notes. I'm going to pop the link to the Soul Sanctuary waitlist. Please, if that's something, it's £25 a month, for over 20 sessions that are available every single month. And as I mentioned, in January, we have our Manifestation and Abundance Challenge as well included in that. So you're getting so much goodness. So I will pop the link for that. Pop the link to that podcast I love, and anything else, anything that's come up for you from this podcast, please reach out. I am celebrating you all. I am grateful for you all being here. If you've enjoyed the podcast, please give us a share, a like, a review, subscribe would be really, really helpful. I love you guys, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.